Welcome to Shantalakshmi IAS. In this video, we will be discussing the daily MCQs of that date's current affairs. This will help you in boosting your prelim score. Okay, first question. With reference to NATO, consider the following statements. NATO. This is taken from the today's newspaper, as we earlier discussed that if any international organizations or summits that appears in the news, then we must know about its establishment, its objectives, and also if its members are very less, we should remember its members. Okay. NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. This is an intergovernmental military alliance, and this organization is based on the North Atlantic Treaty. It was signed in the year 1949. Okay, and the headquarters is in the Brussels. Okay, Brussels of Belgium. And the main aims of this NATO is to maintain security and to pursue detente. It means they should, if any non-member of the NATO attacks any member of the NATO organization, then the members should react to it. And also, if any issues within the organization or within the members of the organization, then they should solve that issue through peaceful manner. That is called to pursue detente. Okay. And currently there are 30 member countries in the NATO, and the Montenegro is the new member. It is the new country that joined the NATO in the year 2017. Okay. The reason behind the formation of NATO is to ensure collective security in Western Europe. Actually, after the Second World War, the relation between the United States and USSR was deteriorating, and it may lead to Cold War. The situation is seeming like it will lead to Cold War. Okay. So a few of the Western Europe countries have formed an alliance, and later USA and a few countries joined that alliance and formed the NATO. Okay, this is the reason behind the formation of NATO, to protect itself from the USSR ideology. Okay, this is also a reason behind the formation of NATO. And if you come to the question, it is an intergovernmental organization based on North Atlantic Treaty. This statement is true, as we see that it is based on the North Atlantic Treaty. Okay. Montenegro is its new member. This statement is also true. It is joined in the 2017. Okay. It is aimed to maintain peace and pursue detente among its members. This statement is also true because these are the aims that NATO has officially declared. Okay. And the correct statements were asked. So all 1, 2, and 3 are correct. And option D is the answer. Okay. Next question. With reference to modern India, who are Paikas? Earlier, these type of questions have been asked in the UPSC. So if any topics regarding this, like Paikas or any other tribes, okay, that appears in the news, then we must know if it has any link in the modern Indian history. Okay, this is taken from the today's newspaper. Paikas. These Paikas are the people from various social backgrounds who worked as the military personnel for the rulers in the Odisha. Okay, so they were the traditional landowning militia of Odisha and served as warriors, and for their services they were given a rentless land. So they owned the land and they worked as the military personnel for the rulers in the Odisha. And when the British have occupied the Odisha, which is under the Maratha rule, the part of the Odisha, the British was occupied. And after the occupation of this area, the land from these Paikas were taken away. Okay. And also they were hugely exploited by the revenue collectors under the British rule. So this has created a tension and a feeling to rebel against the British, and these Paikas under the leadership of Bakshi Jagabandhu raised a rebellion in the year 1817. Okay, and they have also taken the support of other tribals and other sections of the society. And if you come to the question, there were one of the tribes who are Paikas. Okay, Paikas Option A, they were one of the tribes inhabiting the Chota Nagpur area who fought against the British and money lenders. This statement is false because they are not the tribes inhabiting the Chota Nagpur area. Okay, so they are the traditional landowning militia of Odisha rulers. Okay, that's why this statement is wrong. And Paikas are the tribes in Bundelkhand who fought against Mughals. This statement is also wrong. Okay, they are the landowning merchants of Madhya Pradesh region during the British rule. Actually, Paikas are the people from various social backgrounds, and so this statement is also wrong. They were the traditional landowning militia of Odisha and served as warriors. This statement is true. So the answer is D. Okay, and third question. Consider the following statements regarding the scheme for protection and preservation of endangered language of India. Okay, this is taken from the today's PIB. As we already discussed that if any schemes, new schemes that appears in the news, then we must know about its objectives and also its features. Here it is, this scheme is to promote all Indian languages, including the endangered languages. Okay, this scheme will promote the all Indian languages and also protect and preserve the endangered languages. Okay, endangered languages. This is initiated as a scheme for protection and preservation of endangered languages of India. Okay, and this is implemented under the Central Institute of Indian Languages. This CIIL will work on protection, preservation, and documentation of all these mother languages, mother tongues or mother languages of India. And the endangered languages, these are the languages that are spoken by the less than 10,000 people. Okay, if any language is spoken only by 10,000 people or less than 10,000 people, then it is called an endangered language. In the first phase, 117 endangered languages were selected, and these languages will be studied and documented on a priority basis. If we come to the question, it is the policy of the government to promote all Indian languages, including endangered languages. This statement is true. Okay, it is to promote all Indian languages and to protect and preserve the endangered languages. This statement is true. By the year 2029, the selected endangered languages will be included in the school curriculum. Actually, there is nothing mentioned by the government about including the endangered languages in the school curriculum. So this statement is wrong. This scheme will be funded by the UNESCO. This scheme is not funded by the UNESCO. It is completely funded by the government of India. So this statement is also wrong. And the incorrect statements were asked. Okay, and 2 and 3 are incorrect. So the answer is C, 2 and 3. Okay. Next question. Consider the following statements regarding the PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan. This is taken from the PIB. Okay, this is taken from the PIB, PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan. In the October 2021, the CCA approved proposal for development of PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan. Under this plan, okay, through this plan, it will provide a multi-modal connectivity infrastructure to various economic zones. Okay, the economic zones from different parts of the country will be connected through a better infrastructure, and this will help the movement of people and also goods and services through this connectivity. Okay, and this will help in providing employment in that regions, and it also develops that regions. Okay, and this is implemented by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. Okay, this is implemented by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. If you come to the question, it will provide multimodal connectivity infrastructure to various economic zones. This statement is true. It will be implemented by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. This statement is false because we have seen that it is implemented by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. So this statement is wrong, and only correct statements are asked. So only one is correct, and the answer is A. Okay. Next question. Which of the following statements are true regarding the Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Man Dhan Pension Scheme? This is taken from the today's PIB. Okay, PMSYM, Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Man Dhan Pension Scheme. Under this scheme, the unorganized workers will be provided a minimum monthly pension of rupees 3,000, and it will be provided to those unorganized workers who attained the age of 60 years, and the eligibility criteria is their income must be 15,000 or less than 15,000 per month, and they must belong to the age group of 18 to 40 years. Okay, then who are the unorganized workers? They are the home-based workers or street vendors, midday meal workers, head loaders, landless laborers, or any other people who does a similar type of occupations. Okay, and the unique feature of this scheme is if the beneficiary dies or if the subscriber dies, then half of the pension will be provided to his or her spouse. Okay, 50% of the pension will be provided to his or her spouse. This is a unique feature of this scheme. And if you come to the question, it is a central sector scheme administered by the Ministry of Labor and Employment. Yes, this is true because we have seen it is central sector scheme and it is administered by the Ministry of Labor and Employment. So the statement is true. In this scheme, the spouse of the beneficiary shall be entitled to receive 50% of the pension if the subscriber dies. This statement is also true as it is a unique feature of this scheme. This scheme mainly aims at unorganized workers with a monthly income of 15,000 or less. This statement is also true. Okay, and here the correct statements are asked. So all are correct and the answer is C. And that's for today. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe.